again, building another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again, making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment. Oh, here I am again, building another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again, making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment. Here I am again, building another sweet ride. At Metal Art Customs, make classics beautiful again, making YouTube videos for all to see. I'm doing what I love. Check out my friends' channels in the description. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah. Whew. All new doors and openers, $18,000 worth. Let me find my knife here. No, if this fits, we'll take it back, right?
What's that?
If this fits, you'll take it back home, right?
Yeah.
That way I ain't gonna...
Well, this isn't the one I'm going to use anyways.
Oh, it's not?
This is just clear. I was going to get smokes, but this is all they had. This was cheap compared to some.
Really?
Yeah, it was only 160 bucks. I mean, I know that's a lot.
That's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I think the one for the Blue Mule was like 260, 280.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Just hold it up there.
Yeah. Let me. I hate to just.
Well, if you got like a fender cover or something, or even just bubble wrap, you can just lay it, set it down here.
I've got my roll blanket.
Yeah.
See how close I am by measurements from a guy out Arizona. We'll leave it like in the middle.
Yeah.
That way we can see how the curve looks.
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, it's going to crack this truck. That's what it is. I'm not even sure how the gasket works on this.
Dude, this side looks good.
Yeah, this side looks good too. Glue it in, we're good.
Glue it in. I'd love to.
I think it's okay.
I do too.
Of course, I don't know who the hell can have put the windshield in. Can't find anybody to do windshield anymore.
Don't use the glass, especially on a wraparound.
Breaks them.
No, he's vulgar. I mean, bad enough I almost fired him in the middle of the job.
Costume and everything.
Oh man. And then he climbed up on the hood of the truck. Oh, I was hot. And every bit of it was filmed. And I called the owner and I told him what happened. He said, not my problem. I said, okay, it'll be on YouTube tonight. What? I said, I video everything. He said, do what you gotta do. Okay, I put it up, and man, you should have. There's so many people that use him. Said I'll never use him again.
Which one did he do? Yours?
That yellow Suburban. Oh, he did that one. Right after I got it painted, busted the windshield, and said it's not my problem. I had to buy another windshield. When he come back to do it the second time, it was all good, and about 3-4 weeks later, I noticed the rubber wasn't seated. I worked that out. I've done the windshields before, but
Yeah.
I don't have in my hands anymore. The one that got me, the Suburban was the last one. The one that got me worse was the RS Camaro. That was the guy had $9,000 in paint, not including labor, not including primer, anything. The dude scratched.
Oh,
I mean, all the way. I called Mike up and I said, hey, your guy just scratched this car. He said, should have had it done before the paint. I said, no, because you got to get paint under it. Well, that's not how we do things. I said, well, this is a one-off color. He said, not my problem, and hung up on me.
now who's this? What's that?
The glass man. I think he's out of like Tip City or something. Yeah, I'll never use him again.
I don't know. My dad always did them. I've helped him, but I've never done one by myself. You know, where you take the string and
No, the old square bodies, you ain't got to have strength for that.
Yeah.
Lay them up there
yeah.
and you're there. But when you're talking these curved ones like this, it's more of a challenge. That is awesome, Dad.
The only thing I saw there was this little piece right here.
Yeah, that's part of the inside. I gotta take that out.
Okay.
I didn't want to get too crazy.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, this, in order to get this where it needed to be, I had to pin that up.
Well, that dash was put in separate. That's not really for that.
Yeah.
That's a PVC dash. So, okay. Well.
All right, the windshield fit like a glove. We went over several things on the truck. He likes what's been done so far, and now I can get the inside coped and fit and ready to go. I can go ahead and get it all welded up. And remember, I said I wanted to talk to him about the door gaps and stuff. These ain't too bad. These ain't hateful, but it does need a little bit right in here. And then on this side, you can see where they had repaired that fender, and it's not, you know, good. So I'm gonna square those up, get them looking good. And back here we discussed this. I'm gonna redo that, plug the holes that we had discussed before in the bed, and he wants me to plug the holes on the inner fenders and probably remove this, get the hoses out of there and plug those holes, remove the marker lights because they don't go there, they go in the grill. Remove all this because they cut the whole back out of the buckets. He's got new buckets, so we'll put new buckets in there. And he changed it from satin black to gloss black. So, like I told him, I said, we're going shiny black. It's going to cost a little more because the body work's got to be spot on. He said, yep, I know. So, there's the game plan on that. We got that coming up. We're going to get that rolling. The first vehicle showed up. I've got 2 more showing up tonight after hours. This one here is going to be hopefully fairly cut and dry. Hit a deer. I got to pull that back out where it needs to be on both sides and then put that piece in. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up to do this real quick. I'm hoping it don't take all that long. All I got to do is get it pulled back out to where the fender will bolt on and the cross piece will go on there. And then hopefully I can have that done today yet. It is 2:30 in the afternoon because I haven't had much time to get much done today. I've had a lot of phone calls, a lot of people coming in, and it doesn't matter. It's got to be done. So let me get set up here and I will get pulling on that. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let me grab 10 millimeter. I'm gonna pop them fenders off there real quick. wants to really hit this thing hard, let me tell you. This goes like a slug. Gonna have to get a little bit more intense with it. Too bad he didn't get new pieces here. This is crushed. That looks a lot better. I'm gonna leave that where it's at. I'm gonna go around to the other side and get it pulled that far and then see where we're at. All right, that big kink is smoothed out. That crush is out of it. A little bit right there. I ain't too concerned with it. As long as the hood latches, we'll be good. He just wants to get it together so he can get the body put on. He's gonna need an alternator too. He blew the top of the transmission out when the deer hit. He's got a, it's not part of the transmission, it bolts to it, but he's got to replace that. I don't see anything stressed back there. It's all right here, and right here. A little bit of tweaking right in here, but that ain't no big deal right there. This, same as this side, should come right back out, and then all I got to do is weld that back together. But I got to get this pulled out so this will bolt on, and that catches that. Gotta get it close first. This side took more of a hit than that side did. Makes sense running this way. I'm just sitting here debating on cutting the welds and getting this up on the table to straighten and then weld it back on. Okay, so this one I can take one spot weld right there, one spot weld there, and then 4 right there. This whole top will come off. This, you got one spot weld holding there. A bunch of spot welds back there where I ain't gonna be able to get to. He had to go to Kentucky to get the parts, all the parts that he got for it. Nobody around here had them. What they should have done is clipped it right here. And then I could have pulled this stuff off, put the new on, and I know it would have been right in line. This one's crushed hard. The inner piece comes around and down. You got a weld there, there. How in the world would I drill those out? Or do I just pull it and go? I can get part of it out with the fork right here. it's got to come back up. That's moved it a bunch. All right, let's try it right there for a minute. That's still got to go that way. Hey, it's moving. That ain't gonna get it. Okay, so looking at this side looks good. Over here, I need to get this to pull around that way. So I'm gonna have to unhook, readjust, and move over. This don't look too bad right here now. This needs to go that way. So and it looks like it's up the right height. So let me readjust and I'll bring you right back. All right, let's see if I can't pull it back just a little bit. I like that. I'm gonna have to take this top piece off, at least the top piece, so I can get in here and bring that back out.
Damn, I done knocked on that again.
Yeah. Well, looks like I need to get it over there in the fab area. I gotta move it anyways because I've got other vehicles showing up tonight. Well, let me get unhooked and move it over. don't have a weld blanket, you should get one. I've got 3 of them. One I'm not real fond of. It's kind of like a cloth blanket, and it works. It stops all the sparks and everything, grinding dust, all that stuff. But these here, these are a leather welding blanket. Dude, these things, they work great. All right, so now I got a couple of spot welds right here. One there, one there, one there, and then a series of them here. 2 right there, and a couple right here. It looks like 1 right here. I got to get those out of there and get this top piece off of it. At that point, then I'll see what I got to do to get the rest of this. I don't want to take this piece off because that is the main opening. I'm going to grab my tool and get this off there and this off there, and get the plasma over here. That other truck, one of the other trucks should be here any time. Not really getting a lot of production work done today. You should have covered that up, buddy. But I got a lot of stuff scheduled and that stuff. So I'm gonna get the plasma set up. I gotta prop this up. Get this pulled off here, at least that far today. And I was looking at this down here, it's bent back as well. So I'm gonna have to pull that forward again because that'll change the bottom. My back's starting to hurt, guys. Remember, guys, before you do any cutting or welding, you want to make sure the battery is unhooked. You will burn the computer up. This car does not even have a battery in it, so I'm not worried about it. All right, let's get to cutting. I gotta, which one? This one. I gotta pop that one off. Okay. All right. I think I'd better prop that hood up or I'm gonna wear it. Really don't want to put the air chisel to it. Get that inside popped loose. I gotta get a small punch, chisel. Fire the plasma back up. I'd have never found that bolt. All right. Now I gotta plasma these out. So I can straighten this. All right, guys, that sucked. Donkey turds through a straw, but I got it apart. I'm gonna unbolt this, get it out of the way, pop them 2 clips, get this out of the way. I gotta square this back up, but I'll do that tomorrow morning. Now I can set this up and hammer and dolly it, get it straight again. Same way with these. Would have really been nice if he had a front clip, but it's a very, very tight budget. So yeah, I'll get it put together. First thing tomorrow morning, I have a Silverado coming in. I got a wet sand and buff. I might not have to wet sand, but I got to look at it. He rubbed up against the sign. He just wants it to look a little bit better before he trades it in. So I'll look at that. Hopefully that won't take me that long. The other frame job will be here tonight as well. I won't be able to start on it tomorrow because, well, I will. I got to get up under there and get me a template made. But yeah. So first thing, I'm going to do the buff job, and then I'll come back to this and start pulling and straightening, get this back together. You can see that bottom cross member is twisted pretty decent, so I'm gonna have to get it pulled back around. Yeah, hopefully by the end of tomorrow I have the Silverado done and this. That'll be 2 jobs in 2 days. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go home and leaf blow while I can still see. It's starting to get dark now, so I better get moving. Till the next one, have a blessed day.